What's up, good executive people? It is Wednesday, May 21st, and I'm out here going for a lunchtime walk. Um, it's been, this is only my second one, and I don't know how many weeks, probably 3 weeks maybe. But yeah, I decided to make it a priority. I could tell from my body that I had been gaining weight. Like there's a level, there's like this, I'm on a busy street, but I'm about to be on a side street in a minute. But depending on which way I go, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go the way I know, for at least today. But yeah, there's like a threshold with my body that's higher than I really want it to be still. It's gone higher over the years. I say as I get older, it got higher. It used to be somewhere like when I would get near, I don't know, 250-ish or something, then like I would just become uncomfortable. My body or skin would feel tighter. And now that's when I get closer to 300 pounds. I hate to say it. But it's like when I get to this level, is when I'm like, okay, let me get on the scale. Let me see how much damage I've done, because I know it's damage. So, long story short, that realization started happening over the weekend. I got on the scale yesterday, I want to say, yesterday morning. And yeah, I was like, yeah, it's time to get serious again, and quit playing. But I've been stress eating. That's been the main thing. It's not like this lady turning, looking. I must have been really yelling. Oh, I forgot I can turn. Um, huh? You should have told me. I would have ran. I would have got it for you. I'm Superman. Thank you. I was like, I must have really been yelling because the lady at the bus stop all of a sudden looking, and then she turned and she stared when she turned, and then she when I get close, I don't know how well y'all can hear, so I'm gonna tell the story. When I get closer to her, she's like, "Why didn't you catch that bus for me?" I'm like, what? I ain't know how you catching buses. But she was messing with me. I think she was flirting, to be honest. And when I just said Superman, she said, I said, I'm Superman. She was like, yeah, I can see it in your eyes. I think she was flirting. Why can't the boys flirt? Why can't the boys flirt with me like that? Oh, I'm so trifling. But anyway, and I was just complaining about how I'm not feeling good about my body. And then I get flirted with. Look at that. Look at God. What are you doing? God would whisper. You give me little taps on your shoulder every once in a while. But anyway, so yeah, I decided I need to. It's easy to come out and walk during my lunchtime. Well, I don't even take a lunch. That's the thing. I'm just giving time and not prioritizing my body. So I thought today is a rainy day, but I thought it had stopped just from, I can see out of the front door from my office, and it's a glass door, so it's almost like I got a window. It's far away, but I can see well what's happening. And so I thought it had completely stopped raining, and then as soon as I stepped out, I'm like, oh, it's drizzling. But I was already with my coat on, so I just said I wasn't gonna make it as long of a walk. The main thing is to keep going. This is a beautiful house. I love me a good brick, solid brick home, and they doing a complete gut rehab on it. But yeah, so Chicago has some beautiful architecture for sure. It's a beautiful areas. I know some of y'all haters want to call it Chirac and all the other foolishness, but Chicago is really a beautiful city, and it's got problems like any other major city. But anyway, I forgot, it was something, talked about the weight thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to, I'm trying to figure out A strategy I can stick with, I need to get back in the gym. That's going to probably help the most. I got to do more of my walking. So that definitely helps my walks. But I'm not being consistent with it. That's the problem. I can't walk like 2-3 times in a week for like a mile and a half if I'm lucky. That's not, I had to get back to doing my 3 to 5, 7 miles on a good day kind of thing over the weekend. So yeah, I got to work on that. And the other main thing is the diet, because I'm emotionally eating when I get home, because I don't know, I'm just like focused. Like during the workday, I'm so focused on work, and it does keep me busy. The day flies by, which I still love about the job. The problem is I'm then so mentally and emotionally and physically exhausted that I don't have anything left in me at the end of the day. And so all I want to do is like check out mentally and rest my brain, because it not only is it like busy, but it's like fast paced, multiple things happen, multiple tasks happening at the same time. That's kind of the environment, and it's fairly constant. It's rare you get time to just focus on any one thing for any, major stint of time. So yeah, that's been causing me to like desire food as a reprieve from it all. So I like, even today, I already know what I'm eating this evening, although I was already saying like, okay, I'm gonna have to slow down on restaurants. But I'm having Jimmy John's. They have those toasted sandwiches now. I think the one I get is a chicken bacon sandwich thing. And I'm not even a huge bacon person, like especially on my sandwiches, but it comes with it, and it does taste good, so I don't take it. I don't have to take it off. And it's actually cooked crispy, unlike when you get the Club Lulu that comes with. I like to turn around every once in a while. Although I was just saying, I say, well, I turn around anywhere I go. I was going to say, although I was saying how Chicago isn't as bad as everybody say. But yeah, I don't like to walk, especially when I got a hood on and my peripheral is cut off. I like to turn around every once in a while. Let's see if anybody behind me creeping up, or how far people are from me. But so yeah, that's what I do every day. Start thinking at a certain time, like, ooh, what am I gonna have? And it becomes the highlight of my evening. Besides what I'm gonna eat and what I'm gonna watch. And most times this is, right now it's kind of the same shows that I'm kind of binge watching. Beverly Hills Housewives, or Housewives of Beverly Hills, watching that. This car would. Am I gonna make it there? Are they gonna stop? I could make it across the street now. So I'm binge watching that. I'm on like season 8, middle of season 8 now. I started binge watching This Is Us. That's good. I think I'm in season, I don't know. I might still be in season 1. I'm not sure. I watched a couple episodes. Not only watched for like one episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Was it All Stars? I can't even remember. But it kind of, I don't even know why I clicked on it. It's not even the new version. It's one of the old ones. But it made me say, I think I want to just go back in time and start watching RuPaul's Drag Race again. Plus, I missed quite a few seasons. But what else am I binge watching? Wait, I was about to say something else and now I'm forgetting. What else am I? Oh, the Atlanta Housewives, of course. But I'm not binge watching that. That's just the new episodes. And I watched a really good short series on Netflix over the weekend. I meant to share it too. Called 4 Seasons. It's with Tina Fey. Y'all see, I gotta turn around. Ain't nobody behind me. Like, let me show you. And this is behind me. But I still have to turn around. I'm a city boy. I don't play. Anyway, but with Tina Fey, it's a bunch of, I'm not even gonna say it's a bunch of, it's a couple of the SNL people, like the big people who were on it years ago. And the guy from The Office, why am I forgetting his name? The one who played Michael on The Office, the main guy. He's in it too. And it follows the journey of, and Domingo, whatever that guy's name is. Y'all know I'm bad with names. Something Domingo. He's in it too. What did he play on? He was in The Color Purple, and he was in some other stuff. But he's in it. But it follows the journey, the life journey of these four couples. Is it four? Three, four? Four couples. Is it four? Or is it three? 1, 2, 3. Three couples. Three couples. 3.5. But you'll see that. It's 3.5 couples. It follows their journey basically in the older years in life, like adult years, as friends who've known each other since college or whatever. So, yeah, it's fun, a little funny, but it's good. It's a little sentimental and all of that. So, I can now see a person, but they so far back. But yeah, that was good. And I just happened to click on it, like, let me see what this is about. And it held me all 8 episodes or whatever it was, but it was like a limited series. So I don't think they'll have other seasons. I think it was just one season. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, watching TV, eating, and not quite as much work happening at home. The weekends I get a little bit of something done, but I have not been humping at home the way that I normally would. But yet I'm still being productive. I'm still getting stuff done because during the workday, things are flowing a little bit better. So, but yeah, so today, what's been heavy on my mind is like, I feel like I just want to get through this week, but next week is going to be very interesting and very, it's going to be a busy week, I feel. And a lot of unknowns are happening next week because that's when the new guy is supposed to start. And hopefully there are no issues with that and he actually started and no quit or have taken another job or something crazy. Anything can happen, so you just never know until they there. And even then, you don't even know if it's going to work out. So, but anyway, he starts next week. Memorial Day is Monday. I didn't even know that until, what was it, the weekend or something? I figured it out because I had told the recruiter that the guy's start date could be this coming Monday. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll let him know and confirm with you. The guy confirmed. I'm like, and then I'm the one that noticed it was a holiday. And then I was like, nobody noticed this was a holiday? I didn't say it to anybody, but in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn around now because that's too far back. Near traffic, they get louder. But I'm like, nobody noticed that it was Memorial Day? The recruiter didn't say, oh, you guys are open on Memorial Day? And neither did the guy. Was like, yeah, he could start on Memorial Day. So I took that as a good sign. It wasn't like the recruiter came back and said, he said, can he start after the holiday? None of that. I was like, oh, he was willing to start on the holiday. That's good. Unless he also didn't notice either. But he seems like he might be a single guy with no children and stuff. I think he even said he has no children. I can't remember. I feel like he did say, I think that's how I got that in my head. Yes, he had to say it. I wouldn't just assume that. So he definitely said he had no children. I think he said, I'm not married, I don't have children, or something like that. So won't have as many issues as the new girl, who unfortunately will be the terminated girl on Friday. And so that's kind of looming in the back of my head, that I gotta let her go on Friday. And I was just talking to the prez. I keep getting out of camera because I'm just relaxing and walking. But I was talking to the prez today, just giving him a heads up that I'm gonna come in on Friday so that I can have the conversation with her and pretty much let her go. And he's like, why are you coming in for that? And I said, well, oh no, he's like, why you gotta do that? And I said, well, I don't have to. I mean, she's a temp, so I could just have let them reassign her, so to speak, or tell us don't report on Monday. But I feel because she's been with us a few months, and the fact that she does like it and she would like to keep her job and she does try, it's just she's not at the level of what we need. She's not a good fit, completely a good fit for us. But you know, I also want to kind of help her to some degree with what she can maybe do with the next job that she gets. So yeah, I feel like it's just, you know, a nice thing to do. Like, I haven't really been fired. Let me tell you, I have been fired before, but anytime I got fired, it's because I wanted to. Like, I made them fire me so I get unemployment or something. But I'm trying to think, have I ever been fired where I didn't know why or didn't purposely get fired? And really, that ain't happened more than probably two, 3 times if I try to think back. I'm not a person who gets fired. I got laid off. I guess that was kind of like getting fired. But I was happy. I was so happy about that as well. I wanted to. Oh, I hated that job. And that was when I was working for, now it's called U.S. Foods, but it used to be called, well, I think they bought out the company I worked for, but now I can't even remember. I was about to say it, and somewhat at R. Rackoff or something like that. But they were a food distributor like U.S. Foods. They were like just like U.S. Foods. And U.S. Foods bought them out. But yeah, I wanted to get fired. I hated that job. It was like being a grocery shopper on a scooter or something. And later I found out the reason why I couldn't keep up with everyone else is because they was on coke. I was like, how are they moving so fast? Not till years later. It literally was like last year or the year before, somebody who knew about the whole situation. Oh, and one of my cousins worked there for a while. And it was like, oh yeah, that's because everybody was on coke. I was like, what? That's why. Why they didn't share that with me? But yeah, so yeah, but I have known of other people who've been in situations where they've been let go from jobs where they thought things were fine or acceptable, and just all of a sudden like, sorry, we won't need your services anymore. And they were never really told why. And so, you know, some people get told why and they still can't accept accountability, or they blame people or get an attitude or whatever. But I don't know, just for myself. Well, it's not for me because I don't need it. But just in case it could help her. And just because it's almost like breaking up with somebody and not having a conversation. There's so much poop. I don't know why people let their dogs poop on the concrete or in general outside and don't pick it up. I hope like none of y'all doing it. I know some of y'all do. But anyway, yeah, so I forgot. But basically, yeah, I gotta have a conversation with her, but I'm also trying to be kind of mindful of what to bring up. Crossing the street. What to bring up. I don't want to nitpick, but I want to give her kind of some of the big picture stuff. That's part of the reason why we decided to, you know, transition and move forward without her. And the truth is, even Prez was saying, you know, if we just had money to burn, so to speak, you know, we would keep her. But he reminds me of my mom a little bit, where he'll be fine with somebody and then something happens where he decides he's over it, and then all of a sudden everything bothers them, and it's like they catch like a quick attitude or whatever. So he's done with her. Like, he's like, ooh, her attitude bad now. And I'm like, the woman's attitude really hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is, like, even today she looked a little whooped, like hair a little frazzled. She looked exhausted. but she's going through a lot, and that I'm a little more privy to that than he is because he doesn't talk to her in that way. But you know, the car repossession, the utilities getting cut off, and that was another reason why I was a little hesitant of like trying to figure out how to make it work, because like somebody's going through all that, and then you cutting off, you know, their income, but we also can't suffer as a business. So, but yeah, that, and then the other day she was saying her son, she needs to, I don't even know why she asked me this though, but I'm like, this is where some of the mental delays come into play. But she came in my office and asked if she can take a call during her lunch because she needs to talk to her son's doctor, and her little son, I think he's like 4, because he's been eating, he eats all kind of stuff like paper and whatever. She was naming all kind of stuff, like stuff he shouldn't be eating, non-food items, and she can't really stop him from doing it. And I know from just my early childhood education background that sometimes it's based on some kind of deficiency in the child's body, and they're trying to get these nutrients, like your body is yearning for these nutrients, and so you got to figure out what that is. At least that's one theory I've heard before. But anyway, so she wants to be able to take a call because she didn't go to the doctor's appointment. She sent her 19-year-old daughter instead because she didn't want to miss any more days from work, because I had told her how important attendance was, and you know, that can make or break her ability to maintain employment with us, which was true. And so she has worked on it. I mean, she's left early a couple days due to emergencies, but it hasn't been ridiculous. It was in the beginning, like you got a lot going on. But anyway, so she was asking me if she can take a call with the doctor, and when she said what time, I was like, yeah, you just take your lunch. So I'm like, why not just take, you ain't got to tell me what you're doing on your lunchtime, like take your, and then I'm like, she has a car, but actually I'm not sure if she's been driving lately or being dropped off, because I haven't been looking for her car, but I haven't necessarily noticed it either. So it could be that she has no choice with getting in her own car, because I was like, had that been me, I'd just take my lunch and get in the car and talk. But she was saying, well, I can take it from the conference room, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like, okay. Like, you really had to let me know. I've heard her on the phone before during her lunch. I've never concerned myself with whoever she's talking to or what she's talking about. It don't be disruptive or anything, so I didn't see why this warranted asking permission. But again, that's where she, you know, she's a little different. But maybe y'all know, maybe y'all be like, no, Val, she did it because of this and that. So let me know if you feel like she brought it to my attention and asked permission to be able to talk to her, the doctor, about her son's health. Maybe y'all got some other angle with this that I don't have. I'm glad the lady who was flirting the lady who was flirting, is it at me? The lady who was flirting with me, I wasn't participating though. Can you say with me if you weren't participating? But the lady who was flirting, thankfully she's now not at this bus stop. I don't even think this is a bus stop though. She was there. I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know. Thank God I ain't gotta concern myself with what a bus stop's at. Ooh, it got close though. All my vehicles breaking down. We're talking past tense. I got my my Maxima is now running again, but I got it fixed. I get it fixed Monday maybe. On my other phone. I'm recording from the phone that doesn't get interrupted constantly. So I didn't want to get cut off and have to do 25 clips. Now the problem is this: the Android And will I be able to get the damn video off of here? That's the question. I don't know if this is a bus stop. I haven't seen no sign. But I feel like sometimes the bus stops don't have signs. Like people just know. And she was standing right here. Was she waiting on the Uber? But anyway, oh, my car. Yeah, so I got one of my cars fixed, and I was thinking it had something to do with the fluids. I was praying it wasn't the transmission, because the last time I drove it, when it was breaking down on me, it wouldn't go more than, what was it, 20, 30 miles an hour, something like that. And so had it towed to the side of town I'm living on, closer to a Midas, which is walking distance. So I always, and they're very friendly and helpful and all of that. And they seem honest. I haven't caught them in a lie yet, because you got to be careful. Sometimes you catch your mechanics in lies. So I like to go there. And the last time that car was in the shop, I took it to, that was for the light bulbs. When all the back lights went out, brake lights and all that. And when I took it, I think I only took it for that. And then, was it only? I can't remember. But anyway, the other Midas, closer to my actual house, told me that my fluids was low. I needed this done. I don't know if she was talking about transmission fluid and whatever, but she was like, all my fluids are low, something's leaking, blah, 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 this and that. And so she gave me a quote of like $300 some, I think. And something just, I was like, for one, I was not putting my car, I didn't even ask y'all to inspect nothing because the car running fine, leave me alone. And so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, just work on what I had y'all working on. Picked up the car was fine. Drove the car for, I don't know, a week or two or whatever it was. And then the new problem happened. And it made me think it had something to do with what the lady was telling me, but it didn't seem like it was a grave situation. So now I put the car in the shop. I'm thinking they're gonna tell me something about my fluids for sure, because I've already been told that they were low. Well, the issue ended up being the battery needed to be replaced. It wasn't holding the charge anymore. Which, after I told them to go ahead and pick my car, was about to pick my car up after I told them to go ahead, I then thought about, like, didn't I have that battery replaced like a year or two ago? Like, it's probably under warranty. I'm pretty sure I had that battery replaced. But I have not been the best at scanning and keeping my receipts. Well, I keep them, but scanning them, so I have no idea what the damn receipt at. Hold on, y'all, I gotta cross this street. Busy street at that. Okay. Yep. That's why I don't play around in the hood being no pedestrian. Because they don't understand right of ways. So I ended up, yeah, so he said the battery, whatever, gave him permission. And then he was like, yeah, but other than that, like when it's holding the charge, it's driving fine, blah, blah, blah. He's like, we're gonna change out the battery and then we'll see, you know, we'll do another couple test drives, blah, blah, blah. So he did that. Then he called back and I could tell as he was talking like, now you're finding the issue I was talking about. The battery wasn't a full fix. And so he then tells me it's the camshaft sensor. So long story short, it was almost $700. So ended up giving him the go ahead. Then when he called me to tell me the vehicle's ready, he then says, well, you actually have some like major, oh Jesus. Man, I call myself taking a route that would be quieter, and it's actually, they doing lawn service. And I think these are people that cut the city lots. So they got all this industrial equipment. That's somebody ringing the doorbell at the business. Hold on. Might be the mail. Yep, that was the mail lady. Now I'm gonna be pissed if Jesus. Now he just blowing the air. I'm gonna take this other strip, kind of going around the long way, but here comes the lawnmower back. What the fuck are you doing? Now he cutting water. He just came this way because he knew I was going this way to try to get away from his noise. So then he come. Don't you feel like that sometimes when you are irked by something? He went all the way this way to go that way. When he was on the block he was on, he was halfway down. Just go around that way then. You end up going back the other way you just came from. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying I hope she actually gave my mail that has to go to the attorney. And I told her this morning, this is for the mail lady if she come, when she come. Now, if that letter sitting there, I'm gonna have to fit. She ain't that bad, I don't think. But, oh my God, what was I talking about before that? Oh, my car. So yeah, anyway, so he's like, yeah, shit, I forgot. The chassis, something is very rusted, blah, 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 this and that. He's like, I took pictures of it. He's like, you know, it's something that doesn't have to be done right away, but if you're gonna keep the car for you know, for a couple more years or whatever, this is something you will want to do. So he's basically saying it's the thing that holds the engine up. Oh Jesus, this guy over here, he stopping on the sidewalk and yelling. So yeah, he's saying that that it basically holds the engine and blah 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 blah. So, and I used to put together model cars. I've never really worked on cars for real. But yeah, I used to do model cars, so I'm familiar with the part he's talking about from that. I should probably start doing model cars again. That's another story. But anyway, so that's $1,700. And I was like, okay, like as long as the car running, I'll figure that out. But now my debate is, I got 3 cars. They're all older now. The kind of money that this stuff be costing to fix, it's like, at what point do you just say, forget it, get a car note? And really, if I can wait, like if I could wait till next year, at least I could put a nice little chunk of money down. But I'm not yet at the place where I always wanted to be, which was pay cash for my cars and just save. Once you buy a car with cash, then start paying yourself a car note to then buy the, 3-4 years or whatever, then buy, you got cash to buy another car, a new car, like replace it. So that was my original plan years ago. And I actually was in the middle of it when I bought in the very beginning stages, quarter of the way, when I bought my last car in 2014. So I put a nice amount of money down. And the only reason I got that car as soon as I did was because the car I had before that, my Mercury Milan, the transmission started acting up and I got it fixed once, $3,000. It went out again. The guy met me halfway because I was over the warranty with the mileage, but not by the age. I think I only had it 6 months or 8 months, something like that. And it had 12-month, 12,000 mile warranty. So the guy met me halfway, and no, it was $1,600 I paid. So it was 30, whatever the math is with that. I paid the $1,600, and then my car still for me was not riding the same. So then I was like, forget it, because I felt uncomfortable. I felt like it was gonna go out on me any minute. And I do not like to be stranded. And at that time I lived really far out in the burbs. So yeah, anyway, that's what the state of the situation with my cars. So now I'm just trying to figure out, I'm gonna keep rolling with, this car is running fine. I'm gonna have to debate about what I'm gonna do about this. I think I'm gonna end up doing the $1,700 repair, but I'm like, I ain't gonna keep pouring money in these cars. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, and then now I still gotta get my 300 fixed. Well, really, I gotta see exactly what's really going on, everything that might need to be done, and then decide from there what I'm gonna do. So yeah, but that's it. I wanted to check in. I am back now at the office, and I'm going to I only got really how much? Yeah, it's almost 2. It's 1:41. I get off at 2:30, depending on when I feel like leaving. So I'm probably leave here about 2:30, 2:45. Yeah, and then do it all over again. So with that, until next time, y'all take care. Make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace. What's up, good executive people? I am leaving the office. Yeah, it's a little better on the light. Leaving the office. A little bit in the background. I need my water bottle. Did I bring it? Oh my God. Did I bring my water? Hold on. Yep. Ooh. Now the question is, do I eat? You know I am gonna. Wait. I knew what I was gonna eat for dinner, which was Jimmy John's. And then on my way out the door, I go past the conference room and I see that somebody, one of the ladies, I don't know who, but one of the ladies had, which I would never do, but had a hot dog and some fries, like a hot dog that's been bitten into and some fries, sitting on the counter, and they just left it there. So I'm like, are you coming back to finish eating this? Or are you done with it? And just never made it to the conference. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, the thing that caught my eye was, I was like, ooh, that's Portillo's. Y'all know I love Portillo's. I was like, ooh, that's Portillo's. And I was like, ooh, now I want Portillo's. Because originally I was going to Jimmy John's on my way home. But now I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to Portillo's. I'm going to Portillo's. But this is exactly what I was talking about earlier when I did a little lunchtime walk vlog with y'all. That's why I get in trouble. But my willpower is garbage right now. And my need to emotionally eat is on 100. But anyway, what made me decide to pop this camera on for a minute, because I do want to decompress as I fight through this traffic, was what's going on there? But they using a U-Haul truck to haul garbage, debris from gutting a house out. You ain't supposed to do that. So I just got the message reminding me exactly why I got on here. So, because I was literally just telling y'all, well, I thought the car was gonna scrape on that. This car is so low to the ground too. I feel like I'm driving like a Corvette or something. This thing is too low to the ground. I don't like cars low to the ground because I'm too tall and I gotta dig my way into the car, or fall into the car, or dig my way out. And then stuff like this, where the ground clearance is not that high at all. And I don't remember this car being so low, but I think it is. But I hate it. I feel like the car is about at my hip when I stand up outside of it. But anyway, as soon as I check out, well, I was already getting tired. I wasn't yawning yet, but I was already getting tired when I was at the office. And then the Veep calls, or the Prez I call him, but the Prez, he has a notorious habit. And I used to think, like, I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's subconscious, but it's definitely subconscious. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to say subconscious. I think it's on purpose. He will call 5 or 10 minutes before you getting off. And he doesn't do, he rarely does it to me, but he does it to other people. And every once in a while, I'll get it. So today was one of them days where I'm literally like, okay, well, I'm gonna pack up and be out of here by 2:30. It was like 2:12 or something, 2:20 something. He comes calling me. He knows I leave around 2:30, like if I leave at my regular time. And then he's asking stuff that requires me to look up our system, trying to find out if somebody's been accessing their account or not, and blah blah blah. Is a whole conspiracy thing going on. So that's a Zoom conversation. That's a Zoom conversation. But anyway, I'm like looking at the clock, like, you would call right now. I'm like, you did that on purpose. So by the time I finished with him, and then still had to finish doing what I was doing in order to leave, yeah, now it's 3:09 before I was leaving out. But and I was like, okay. And then he gets quiet. He's just on the phone, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy out here, whatever I said, because he's quiet. So then I was like, are you there? He's like, yeah, I'm listening. I'm not doing nothing. We just holding the phone. Get the fuck off the phone. I said, all right, well, I'm gonna let you go because I need to get on to the crib. Like, don't be just holding me on the phone as I'm trying to pack up in silence. I'm sorry, and I got y'all in silence, but once I finish the mess, I can get to my story. The main reason I got here. Oh, Jesus. I scheduled a message, and I don't think anyone knows besides me that you can schedule your team's messages. So I use it to kind of manage my day, manage instructions and stuff for the team. And so I had a message going out as a reminder to for one of the specialists to make some calls. But then she ended up getting ahead of it beforehand about 45 minutes ago, and she asked, should she do the task? And she wasn't asking me, she was asking the prez. And so I jumped into her message to say, oh yeah, he definitely wants you to do it. I had actually planned to tell you at 3. And so anyway, the message went through at 3. The message I scheduled at 3, so I wouldn't forget, and it just automatically takes care of getting that task assigned. And when it because it went out, she assumed, I don't know what she assumed because of the fact, well, clearly she doesn't know you can schedule, because I was in the other conversation. But she was like, yeah, I already he told me this or whatever. I was like, yeah, clear, but that message was scheduled, and I didn't bother going back to delete it. But anyway, what caused me to jump on here again, because I was done recording for the day, was y'all see this? Was it must be the rain, it's the gloominess, because I'm dying right now. So I can just close my eyes and hit the autopilot on the car that it doesn't have. Okay, so we were talking about the new girl and the gaps in her ability to operate at a level that's acceptable for what we need, kind of in general in some ways. And so the last call I hopped in on with her, because I'll hop on her calls, and the truth is I have to hop on more than I should. I'm still having to do way too much instructing. And so this call was an example. I hop on the call. It's called a whisper call, and I'm able to talk to her while she's on the phone with the customer or caller, and the caller can't hear me, but she can. And this is basically how we train. Well, how I train. Nobody else uses it. That's how I train. So she gets a call. I jump in because today's been like a rough day for her. Because I was trying to back off more and more from it, but it's like, yeah, you just gotta hang in there. Like, and it's crazy because I'm doing my own job and having to constantly stop to listen to and instruct on basic stuff. But anyway, so I get on the call, I'm listening, and the problem is, in order for me to log on the call, I have to go to my computer screen, one of them, click on her extension, do a drop down, click on whisper call. Then my desk phone rings, and I gotta put my headset on because I like to be multitasking, that way I can keep working. Put my headset on, my desk phone will ring. When I pick it up, it joins me into their call. I wish there was a direct way to hit my desk phone and be in their call, but it doesn't let you do it that way, which sucks. Come on, man. So I do all that. So the reason I said that is because it takes time to do that. So I lose a few seconds of every call trying to do all of that. And I can't, it's not like I can just sit on her phone and as calls come in, I'm automatically just connected. It doesn't work like that. I have to wait until she connects with a caller. Then I can then join, but I got to do those steps in order to join. So, and depending on when I notice, sometimes I notice right away that she just got on the phone. Sometimes she's already on the phone before I notice, so I lose a few seconds. So sometimes by the time I get on, I've lost the initial, I wasn't gonna say concept or, oh, Jesus, my brain. The initial context of the call. I missed the key pieces that help me understand where this is going and why people are saying whatever. Anyway, so this call I joined in just enough time to get context and realize that this is a business call from, and it's important, from our collection agency that works for us. And the lady saying, you know, I'm from blah, blah, blah. We've been trying to reach, you know, the president. She gives his name. So because we need important documents regarding for the attorney, regarding this person. She gives the name of the person and everything, but we've been unable to reach him, blah, 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 da, da, da. Now, in her defense, truth be told, whatever you want to say, I don't even want to say in her defense, because this was not defensible. But this is where she doesn't understand the nuances or the nuances of situations. And doesn't quite comprehend the context, like it's comprehension, context clues, all of it. They're not fusing together. It's not matching. Because this one I was like, there's no way you. So anyway, the lady's saying all of that, and I'm on the whisper call, and I said, transfer her to me. Now the lady's kind of talking a mile a minute, so I try to, she's already told me that it's harder to hear me when somebody's speaking. So I try to wait till I can get breaks. But depending on who she's talking to, sometimes I can't, they talking too fast and there aren't any quiet moments. So I try to jump in right when it's time for her to say something, but sometimes she's talking right away. It's the whole thing. So anyway, I say transfer me, and then I'm quiet because I'm like, I hope she heard me. And I was like, she should hear me, but I've never heard anybody on a whisper call. That's what I need to do. I need to have somebody get on a whisper call, let me be the whispery, and let me hear what it sounds like. How would I do that? I would have to have 3 of us on there. I'll figure that out. But anyway, so then she's like, okay, well, he's not available, blah, blah, blah. And then she's getting off the phone. I'm like, whoa, like she didn't hear me. Because I'm thinking she's about to transfer to me. So that's why I'm not saying anything. And I realized she's hanging up the phone but before I could catch it. And I was like, I yell out. I said, oh, you didn't hear me say transfer her to me? She's like, no. So then she comes to my office door. And I've told her many times, like, don't waste time getting up when you have people on hold. Just call my extension because it's quicker because you're putting people on hold too long, et cetera, et cetera. These people working on, they didn't come today to do the more brickwork they did. I got to get this company's name because we need some tuck point and brickwork done. But the guys aren't there today. Hopefully I catch them tomorrow. It was still raining today, isn't it? I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow too. But anyway, this is the randomness of Vail, especially when I'm tired. Am I going all the way to Portillo's? Because Portillo's is now out the way, and it's going to definitely put me in rush hour. Whereas if I go to Jimmy John's, it's actually not that far from the house. What do I want? What do I want? Jimmy John's I won't feel as fat. I'm going to do Jimmy John's today. I can do Portillo's tomorrow. Or Friday. What's Friday? Or Friday. I don't even know. I might be coming into the office. Okay, so anyway, let me finish the story. Then I get to the rest. So she hangs up the phone. I asked her that. She said no, she didn't hear me. She said she was talking and I couldn't understand what you were saying. Like, well, that probably would have been a good time to put her on hold and say, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What did you say? Not ignore that I said something. Like, Jesus. So you get off the phone and you don't know what I said? What? So then she comes to my office and and then she says, oh, it was just like a telemarketer anyway. I said, no, that was not a telemarketer. I said that was actually that was one of our what did I tell her? I said they're actually helping us with a legal case. So that was really important. Like, no. And what did you get? It was a telemarketer. From everything this lady said, she's giving names of the customer we're potentially suing. And I think this situation got taken care of, but I'll dig into it. I was tired and ready to go, so I ain't even bothered. I'm like, she hung up on the lady. She's like, well, I can call her back. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like, don't worry about it. Excuse me. I said they may have sent a email on it. So I'll look, and I glanced at my emails. I didn't see anything recent in it. I was like, forget it, I'm about to go for the day. I'll figure this out tomorrow. Jesus, what are y'all doing? But yeah, so for me, the biggest issue, not even that she didn't quite hear me, but the fact that, but that's part of it, because it's like, where's your quick thinking to say, oh, my manager has just said something to me and I didn't understand what it was. Let me put this person on hold, yell out to him at least and say, hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying. What did you say? Versus just hanging up. The other piece of it was for her to then come to me and say, oh, but it was just a telemarketer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, this is clearly not a telemarketer based on all the stuff I heard her say. Would be like, oh, this is serious and this got something to do with our customer and da-da-da, and they like an attorney is involved. Like, this is something I should, doesn't sound like the normal lead call telemarketers that we get who just trying to sell stuff to us. But she doesn't understand the nuances of that. Like, she doesn't get that from that. And that's not the only situation. There's many, many others. But this one just happened today, so I'm thinking about it. What is all this traffic? Yeah, this is, we just doing Jimmy John's. We ain't going too far. Let me change my destination. Yep, there we go. That's still 28 minutes, 24 minutes away. Oh, shoot, I should be ordering my Jimmy John's. But yeah, that was sticking out to me today. This camera is looking really good. I can't wait to see what this looks like on, what it looks like on video. That's why I do love the Android's camera, at least from this perspective. It looks really, really good. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I ain't really got, I think I was rambling about other stuff, but I can't remember in this moment. So I will let y'all go, because that makes this a very long video. But with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, y'all make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.